There are 6 great new features of After Effects version 26.3, and in this video I'm going to show you each one of them so that you can decide for yourself if it's time to update After Effects. We're going to start right away with the new and improved mask tracker. I've got this 4K footage of this off-roader going through some mud on kind of like a safari trip or something, and let's say that I need to blur out these numbers right here, this plate. I'm going to zoom in nice and close, switch to my pen tool, and just make kind of a garbage mask around it. It doesn't have to be super precise. Make sure the layer is selected, and then just make a garbage mask around it. It doesn't need to be super precise, but just contains that entire plate. And I'm gonna change the mode to none just so we can see the rest of the footage. And then I'm gonna press M to bring up the mask path, which will immediately show me these tracking controls. Now, since this is a drone shot, the camera's moving, the truck is moving, I'm gonna make sure that my method is set to perspective under the options. And then I'm just going to click the play button, and you'll see that it's actually tracking this faster than it was playing it back. So it's doing a very good job of locking that in place. Looks like we lost it right there, so let me back it up to that point, and I'm just going to kind of nudge this path around a little bit just to give it some new data, and then track forward again, and there we go, all the way to right there when it's obscured. I think that's gonna work just fine. Now, to blur this out, I'm just gonna add an effect. Now, you might wanna use a blur effect. I'm actually going to use one called median. So I'm gonna press Control-Enter, which brings up the Quick Apply menu. This is a feature from a previous update, but something I use all the time, and I'm going to search for the median effect. Now, this is gonna kind of mush everything together. I only need to go a couple of levels up on that radius for it to blur out those letters, but we wanna isolate it just to the mask. So I'm going to press the E key to bring up the effect and click the plus button under the compositing options, which will grab that mask that we just tracked. That's the only mask on the layer, so that's why it's showing up. Now I just need to press M to get back to my mask path and change the mode back to add, and now we're only blurring or only using the median effect within that mask path. I can zoom out, play this back, and very quickly I was able to obscure those letters. So much better mask tracking. And by the way, if you're interested in building your own features for After Effects, that's exactly what I'm studying and teaching others to do inside of Motion Lab, my private membership community for motion designers interested in creating better workflows for themselves using AI. And there's just a little bit of time left to get in during the launch sale for the rest of June. You can save some money on both the monthly or annual subscriptions. I'm inside, I will help you workshop your own tools. There's lots of other motion designers interested in using AI, not to generate animation, but to build their own tools like scripts, extensions, and even plugins to help them work more efficiently as a motion designer. So if you're interested in that, take advantage of the launch sale for the rest of June. Now let's take a look at the next feature, which is pacing SVGs. This isn't importing SVGs. That was a feature that was introduced in an earlier update to After Effects. But if I go over to Illustrator and I copy and paste my logo here into After Effects, it just works. Now, does this make Overlord irrelevant? Absolutely not. It doesn't do a one-to-one job. If I open this up, you can see it didn't preserve any of my group names that I had labeled inside of Illustrator. And I'm even using a blend mode on this one right here, and that didn't come through. So I would have to go into the blend modes and change that to multiply to preserve that. And you can't copy things like text. There are just so many more features of Overlord that makes it absolutely worth owning. But being able to copy and paste SVGs not only from Illustrator, but Figma or any other app that allows you to copy as an SVG is a step in the right direction. Now, if this isn't working for you in Illustrator, go down to your preferences into clipboard handling, which I realize is just off my screen recording, but it's right there in the list, and make sure that you've turned on include SVG code, and then you should be able to copy and paste no problem. All right, back into After Effects for the next new feature, which is the Advanced 3D Render Engine's depth of field, which I asked for as soon as the Advanced 3D Render Engine was made available. You can go back on my channel and watch the original video where I requested this. It's now native to the renderer, and it works just like the classic 3D renderer. It gives us controls for the depth of field being on or off, the aperture, which will increase or decrease how much is out of focus. We've got a focus area width, which is basically how much of a Z depth area do we have that can be in focus before blur is applied. With it turned down all the way to 0, we're kind of gonna get a pinpoint accuracy of a plane that is in focus and everything else is at least a little bit out of focus. And then we have a near and far blur level, which increases this. It's kind of like a multiplier of that blurriness. We don't have controls for things like the iris and the shape of that bokeh, but it's still a really nice quality of life improvement, and I think it looks really good. If it's a little grainy, you can always go into your renderer options and increase these values, but I'm sure you can tell that it does increase render speed, especially as you increase these levels. So I'm gonna just turn this back down to maybe 25 and then play this through so you can kind of get a feel for how long it takes per frame to render. Yes, this is going significantly slower, but keep in mind I'm also recording my screen as well as recording my camera all on the same GPU while trying to render this. So it does have a render hit, but if we take a look, it's less than a second per frame, but you can always turn on Draft 3D so you can get through the animation, the camera movements, exactly the way that you want them to look. And then once you're ready to dial in that depth of field, turn Draft 3D off, play around with the render settings, and then render the footage at full quality. I love that this is now native to the Advanced 3D Render engine, and I think I'm gonna be using it a whole lot. And let's say that I've locked this up, I'm happy with this composition, but I need to get it approved by my creative director. Well, I can quickly send that over by clicking this button right here, Copy Frame to Clipboard. That does exactly what it sounds like. It will render that frame, copy it to your clipboard, and now you can paste it into an email, a chat, Discord, Slack, wherever very quickly. And honestly, that feature combined with Quick Apply might be enough for me to uninstall FX Console. And I know that's heresy. Andrew Kramer, you are the GOAT. This has served me well for well over a decade. I could not live without it until now. I know there are other features in here that allow you to prioritize certain effects and presets. There's a whole image gallery, but honestly, I hardly ever use those features, and I think that I can get by with Quick Apply and now being able to copy a frame to the clipboard. Hopefully I didn't just lose a whole bunch of my subscribers. Next up is a brand new effect. It's called Curl Noise, and it is trippy. There are so many controls to this effect. There's no way I could cover all of them in this video, and honestly, I don't fully understand them all yet. So if you're interested in an Effects of After Effects tutorial, reviving that series and making a brand new one, let me know down in the comments. But this one is really interesting. It's not just another noise generator. It's based on an internal engine, but you can also base it on another layer. So if you change the source to footage or a pre-comp or just something completely different, the noise pattern that it generates will be completely different. There are some familiar controls like evolution, turbulence speed, but there are other completely new controls like swirl and smoothness and sample count. There's all kinds of new things in here for you to poke around with, play around and see what you can create. Combine it with other effects like colorama, and that's gonna create completely trippy results. But I think that this effect is going to open up a lot of new possibilities for creating abstract backgrounds or textures inside of After Effects, and it's extremely fast to render. I love to see new effects coming to After Effects. And the last new feature of After Effects 26.3 is the ability to filter your font list by variable fonts only. So if you're interested in just fonts that have variable controls, you can now do that with this switch right here. So if I grabbed another font and I click on this button, I can see I have a weight control for that font. I can go to a different one and very quickly just find another one and see what axes I have available to me here. So we've got width, we've got weight, and we've even got the italics. You can also filter Adobe fonts by variable fonts. So if you need something specific with that control, you can find it very quickly, sync it to your Creative Cloud subscription, restart After Effects, and get to work. And by the way, if you're interested in learning how to use text animators with these new variable font controls, let me know. I would love to make that tutorial. But that's it for the updates to After Effects 26.3. Let me know down in the comments if you'll be updating After Effects. Thank you so much to the After Effects team for making all of these features. I truly appreciate all of the time and effort you put into bringing new features to After Effects on a regular basis for us. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.